Hello everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast synopsis, this audio podcast synopsis as part of this the Squeal, the Squeal and Squark. This audio podcast is part of the Hala Squad. This audio podcast as part of the Ship Mode unit, and this audio podcast as part of a ZtormLabostix production. In this synopsis, there will be a sort of a an overview on in around where this particular audio podcast series, the Squeal and Squawk series, will look into will look to sort of to offer an overview in around responses to particular questions in around in around the works around ZtormLabostix production, but also in around answering sort of responding in on offering sort of responses to the following questions. For example, first and foremost, could you tell us about your background and current role? Secondly, what first drew you to the lab or to the laboratory, to the laboratory or blood sciences or pathology, and what makes you proud to put on a lab coat on every day. And then a third question is, what is a project? What is a project or area you're currently working on, and that you're particularly excited about? Fourthly, a question is in around every sample or specimen that every sample or specimen that is and comes through blood sciences. For example, it relates to is in regard to a healthcare service user waiting for an answer relating to their waiting for answers to their in around their particular specimens that go through for analyses. And so what specific moment reminds you of the human impact behind the data? And then another question will be looking at soft skill is actually the secret to being a great healthcare professional, or in context of blood sciences, a truly sort of best practiced science healthcare professional. And then finally in around a question in how can the industry better support the next generation, and what is your advice for students considering a career that link laboratory medicine and blood sciences, and that link laboratory medicine, blood sciences, and academia. So in this audio podcast, there will be a look at responses to these particular questions, and in as in as this and as part of this audio podcast series, there will be some references or citations that listeners, viewers can check out in around some works. In around where there can be where listeners and viewers can check out some relatable some relatable works pertaining to the responses of these particular questions, around the responses to these particular questions. So that will be in around the basis of this audio podcast series. This audio podcast series, as part of the Squeal and Squark. This audio podcast as part of the Hala Squad. This audio podcast as part of the Ship Mode Unit. This audio podcast as part of a ZtormLabostix production.